क्या बात है, that's a good camera to be on, भाई. Okay, so I think मेरे को पंखा बंद कर लेने दो. भाव. एक सेकंड. सवार रखते हैं. ये बढ़िया है क्या? अरे बहुत ज़्यादा ही मेरे को जो है नहीं. Yeah, so I was gonna create some content or I'll just talk my shit for a bit, okay? I'll talk my shit for a bit, okay? That's a good one to start with. So there are two thoughts that I can talk about that is going on in my head right now. Is when I consider a topic to talk about and that is kind of perfected in a way, like just researched and just finalized that I should talk about this and this could be attracting right people, or it will show like get perceived me as a person who knows stuff or something like that, and the other hand, the first thing takes effort in a way, right? You need to go and figure out a topic and find something that can work and attract more people, but in a way it really make me think that what kind of audience it will gonna attract. That takes time. That kinda not that easy for a human to go and do, rather than second option, that is just to put out a camera, whatever going in your head, talk about it and that's it, and post it out. Raw, real, simple. That also get considered as what is that piece of content is end up attracting. So that's a different thing, and these are just the thoughts that I can be put it out because that's my all time thing, that whenever I put out a thought and whatever is going on in my head, I just end it up with a sentence that, oh, I could have done it in a better way, I could have articulated in a much better way, that makes the other person think, oh, this guy is kinda unclear. But I think kinda, but that's also me questioning that I can work on it, and there is a lot of thing that needs to be worked, because I'm kinda a lot in the learning phase, and I want to be, but I am also a lot of things. Okay, so that's a different thing. But the one thing that I'm currently working on, like if I just describe my way of seeing and doing things, because currently I'm not that disciplined that I was used to be, like just 6 months ago, or just not 6 months, I'd say a year ago, because this year when I started it, like kind of flipped my schedule because of the clients and the people that we used to work with. They kind of just like switched. So and that's why I used to sleep at 11 pretty really good strictly. I used to, like, I did that for almost a year. Yeah, I would say a year. Okay, so but eventually what happened, we wanted to shift our client base from a certain region to, like, we used to work in here and there, and then we shifted to the a different time zone. So that made me end up happening, because I just wanted to commit to really good work and to give a really great experience to anybody who work with us, not just to get some like compliments or just like recommendation, but just to find my way of delivering a service. I don't know, like, because anybody who work with you or you work for, they have their own reason for that, right? You can, like, if you have team of people and you just wanna share a vision and the reason and the thought that you should consider that, like, just as an employee, if he comes, you just say that, hey man, get this project done in 24 hours for me. No, he needs to find his way and his reason for doing it. Either he is doing for a raise, either he is doing for a bonus, either he is doing for just to prove himself, or just like something like that. But he cannot just be doing it for you, because if he will be just doing for you, I don't think he will gonna be putting 100% of his effort. and people also end up thinking about themselves that, oh, I work for this guy, or like something, that just don't make them, commit to the thing that they can in a much, much better way. And thus, and again, I will gonna say that I could have articulated this thing in a much better way, but I wasn't. So, yeah, that's my way of ending a thought. Okay. So, ये अलग बात है, but main clear thought that I wanna talk about is क्या कुछ भी wait. So I was working from yesterday. I decided to work on a video for a certain founder or a really famous personality. I just wanted to describe, first of all, I just wanted to really go in depth into his personality, like how this guy grew up, how his environment was, and how he made that good amount of decisions and everything that made him that person and made him doing that much successful things and so on and so on. Okay, so after that I got the thought that I should be making a video doing this whole thing so I can do my research that I really want to be and be curious about. And the second thing is I can also make a video, so the both parts will be done, and I can also show, we also have a distribution because we also trying to create a distribution of our own, the content and everything. Okay, so that was the thought. So the clear and the fast-paced and unprocrastinated way of doing it is just to go on ChatGPT or Perplexity or wherever and just to these are the idea that I have, this is what I considered doing, this is the reference or whatever, and just create me a piece of guideline to follow, and I'm gonna create a video. That's a pretty easy way that I was thinking, and I almost done. I also recorded a video, but what made me rethink that whole idea and the thing that I was also trying to do is the internet and the whole content base and system is flooded with information. Anybody can go and find out 4 stories and 4 topics and 4 learnings from a certain human or a company or whatever. Okay, but it's really, really rare to have an information that is in depth about something, and that is not easily foundable, because AI can do much greater things with it, but like with any topic or something. But as a human, do you go really dive deep into a certain topic and share your point of things rather than sharing, oh, this is what I really told 4 times Perplexity to research again and again, and that's what I got. I don't think that's a real effort. But what humans, as you listening to this, care about is the backstory or the actual story, what is behind. If I would be saying, oh, I put in my 7 days, or like if I had put in my month of research of me just wanting to be curious about this certain topic or a personality, that can make me in a person that is aspiring entrepreneur or whatever. Okay, and that make me learn. So वो जो चीज़ है, that's what makes it like worth listening, because it's pretty easy to share and read a script rather than sharing an experience of things, right? Oh, that's what I discovered about this, and that's what I learned, and that's how it got out when I digged deeper into certain topic. Okay, so yeah, I will gonna again end up this with, I could have done it in much better articulated way, but I didn't. So yeah, this is the one thought. There are a lot of things, man. बहुत सारी बात कर सकता हूँ. बेहतर तरीका क्या है? तो मैं ये भी सोचता हूँ कि ना, मैं जो अगर हिंदी में बात करूँ तो क्या है, मेरा मतलब मैं और भी बेहतर कंफर्टेबल तरीके से बात कर सकता हूँ, क्योंकि that's who I am और that's how I grew up. ठीक है, पर मतलब मेरा जो हिंदी इंग्लिश दोनों है, इट इज नॉट परफेक्टेड, कि अगर मैं हिंदी भी बोलूंगा तो मैं बहुत सारी चीजें नहीं बोल सकता विदाउट थिंकिंग ऑफ इंग्लिश वर्ड, और एज अ वोकैबुलरी आई कैन थिंक मच बेटर इन इंग्लिश, बट रियली लेस इन हिंदी, क्योंकि मैं बहुत सारे वर्ड्स हैं जो कि मैं इंग्लिश में सोचता हूँ, उनको मैं आई कैन नॉट डिस्क्राइब एग्जैक्ट मीनिंग इन हिंदी उसका, क्योंकि मैंने क्या कंज्यूम करके मेरा दिमाग वैसा हो गया है वो। अगर मैं सारा कुछ पहले हिंदी में कंज्यूम करता, देन आई शिफ्टेड टू लर्न इंग्लिश और समथिंग लाइक, मैंने इंग्लिश सीखी ही नहीं कि वैसे सीखी नहीं, आई जस्ट वांटेड टू कंज्यूम अ लॉट, आई वाज कंज्यूमिंग अ लॉट, दैट्स how I learned, because that's the like a fundamental way of learning something, just consuming it, just living it and breathing it वैसा। तो ये मेरा भी एक अजीब ही जो है ना, एक मैं बहुत अच्छा वर्ड आ सकता था यहाँ पे बट नहीं आया, मेरा वोकैबुलरी खुदा हुआ है, ठीक है। सो द कोर आइडिया इज कि मैं चाहता हूँ कि आई कैन इवन टॉक इन हिंदी, बट मेरा क्या है वो लाइक क्लियरली नहीं आएगा कि मतलब मैं हिंदी में बात कर रहा हूँ बढ़िया, फिर वो कोई बात अटकेगी तो फिर उसको मेरे को ले जाना पड़ेगा। सो इधर आई जस्ट चूज टू लाइक मास्टर वन थिंग, और मेरे लिए बेनिफिशिएंट है मास्टरिंग इंग्लिश ओनली राइट नाउ, क्योंकि दैट्स हु आर द पीपल वी वर्क विद एंड दैट्स लाइक सारा कुछ वो उसी में है। तो दैट्स द बेटर वे टू जस्ट put yourself into that scenario only rather than just juggling into two things, okay? तो वो इसीलिए I just don't try to like juggle around कि मैं हिंदी भी बोल लूँ, क्योंकि as an Indian audience if it's watching it sounds more like he's not pretending to be somebody else, so ऐसा कुछ जो कि just make more like बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं ना, you can understand what I'm talking about और not तो रहना तो मत समझो, तो वो चीज़ है, ठीक है। और what और more should I talk about is जो मैं पर्सनालिटी वाली बात कर रहा था वो तो ठीक है। मेरे को पता है वीडियो will not like anybody, nobody will gonna watch it, but क्या है So आज के टाइम पे what I'm actually and really struggling about is like the accountability and that environment, क्योंकि क्या है मेरे को like I'm not gonna say but I can do much greater things that I want to, and in like really short period of time. Like great does take time, that's a different thing, but just like good things like much that are beneficent in like every certain way, like finance and learnings and experience and whatever, okay? But the main core reason for them to not happening early or fast is me not having an environment that this will also be a reason that I was unable to create a environment for me, like environment in my way of saying is like I could have hired I was trying to hire, but I was unable to the people I really wanted, because it's easy to gather around a lot of people like interns or something like that, but somebody who is as curious as you are, or like just people who are like A players, that was my goal, but I was unable to in my city and the place I live. So that's why if I would have more accountable people and more responsibility, I would have done much greater things. And मेरा जो 99% like thought होता है, it is just about how many responsibilities I can take. So I will have that much stress and that much accountability and that much pressure to do much greater and good things, and that will gonna end up making me the person I want to become. और वो करने के लिए the first and foremost thing is to do hard things or expect things to be hard as much as you can. You cannot be expecting कुछ तो होगा ना, like things will be harder. और ये hard thing है to hire a really good person at their craft. It's not easy. और अगर है भी सही, if you can find somebody who is really good at their craft and people value them, तो उनके you need to convince them, you need to kind of negotiate that why you should work with me. तुम वहाँ से आ रहे हो जहाँ पे लोग चाहते हैं कि तुम्हें नौकरी मिल जाए और they just want to get paid, or you are getting to the person who already have the opportunities that now you are chasing, kinda. that why you should work with us and build something great, you know, and be part of something, a vision or whatever, a purpose, okay? तो ये एक लाइक ये बहुत ही लाइक साइकिल है इन अ वे। आई वुड से बहुत इसका भी बेहतरीन वर्ड आ सकता था, बट नहीं, मेरा वोकैबुलरी जाने का गया हुआ है। पर मेरे ख्याल से बहुत जो है बेटर वे पे आई थिंक अबाउट दिस। तो ये है भाई। और जो है आई वुड बी सेइंग इज कि ना बहुत सारी बात कर सकता हूँ मैं, बट देयर इज नो पॉइंट बिकॉज ठीक है।